From being laid off to building the world's largest home improvement retailer. This is a story of ups and downs, failure and successes, desperation and victory. This is the untold story of Home Depot's success. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It is probably the best motto to describe the history of Home Depot's founders, Bernie Marcus and Arthur Blank. Both had great careers and built their way up to senior positions. Eventually, the two men ended up working together for Handy Dan, the home improvement store. As a result of their collaboration, the number of locations grew from 6 to 80 in just 6 years. But everything changed in the late 1970s when Sanford Sigeloff took over Daling, Handy Dan's parent company, to save it from bankruptcy. Sigeloff's restructuring method highly relied on breaking apart senior management. Marcus and Blank thought they were safe because their division, Handy Dan, was overly profitable. But it didn't happen like that though. Both Marcus and Blank got fired from their CEO and CFO positions. Bernie Marcus later said that this broke him. "I thought this was hands down the lowest point of my life since I had never been fired before and felt like a failure." First, Marcus and Blank thought of suing the company, but instead they let it go and decided to open their own home improvement store. The idea was to combine low prices, a great product selection, and outstanding service. They got an investment of $400,000, stocked the shelf with 18,000 different items, personally trained the staff, and launched 2 stores in Atlanta in 1979. However, the opening day brought rather unpleasant surprises. Marcus and Blank asked their kids to stand at the entrance and give out $1 bill as a thank you gift for the customer. They expected to run out of dollar bills before noon, but the reality was different. By 5 or 6 in the evening, our kids were out in the parking lot stopping people and giving them money to come into the store. It was a crushing disappointment. The third day of Home Depot's existence was a turning point. A satisfied customer came to the store with a bag of okra to thank them for the positive shopping experience. Even though none of the co-founders were fans of the vegetable, it proved that their business was heading in the right direction. Quickly, the word of mouth did its thing and brought more and more customers into the store. The success of the first stores inspired Marcus and Blank to open new locations. They were still a little tight on cash, so the men stacked empty paint cans and cardboard boxes on top of the shelves to create an impression of a full stock. The new stores opened in Miami in 1981, 4 locations in total. The same year, Home Depot went public on NASDAQ and raised over $4 million. This boosted both investments and profits. The original sales projection was $9 million per store, but the reality is they surpassed $17 million. The next years brought constant growth and record profits, and in less than 8 years, Home Depot store number 100 opened. The company's aim was always to simplify all things related to construction so that every customer could remodel and repair everything that they needed by themselves. That's why the founders pay much attention to training their associates until they can answer their clients' questions, assist with selecting the right equipment and materials, and even explain the mechanics of each procedures. Home Depot went further and added free workshops for adults and kids. The clients loved this initiative and actively shared the results on social media. After achieving success in the American market, Home Depot started expanding abroad. In 1994, a Canadian division opened its door. Now, Home Depot Canada operates 182 stores across the country and employs more than 27,000 Canadian associates. In 2002, Home Depot expanded into Mexico. It started with 3 stores and 300 associates. Now, the numbers reach 129 locations and over 18,000 associates. However, not all international markets were this welcoming. In 2006, Home Depot expanded to China, but 6 years later, it closed all 12 stores. What happened? Well, first, let's get deeper into the Chinese reality at the time. In the mid-1990s, China made a housing reform that allowed its people to obtain property rights. This created a housing boom. The demand for everything that was construction related was rising, so Europeans and American brands rushed to meet the need. This looked like a perfect business opportunity. Imagine billions of citizens, a rising middle class, and a booming housing market. Sounds like a dream for a home improvement store, right? However, it didn't work well for Home Depot. Analysts found different reasons for that. But the one thing everybody agreed on was that Home Depot failed local adaptation. They didn't understand the Chinese market, the mentality, the business environment, and their lifestyle. What worked for the US clearly did not work for China. For example, Home Depot heavily promotes the DIY, do-it-yourself model. But in China, DIY is associated with not having the money to pay for the service. Additionally, Chinese people often live in condominiums and have no space to store tools or equipment. That's why they prefer the DIFM, do-it-for-me method. On the other hand, many compare Home Depot with the Swedish company IKEA, which successfully expanded in China. Why so? Well, IKEA showed how to furnish homes with a Western style, and it was exactly what Chinese people needed. They knew little about home decoration, and there was nearly no housing market before. Even though the Operation China failed, Home Depot still showed record earnings in the year of withdrawal from the country. And the reason for the business growth? It's their team. We spent a lot of time developing our associates. So if you look at our company, about 85% of our store managers come up through the store. It's our people that grow our business. Bernie Marcus noted that the person who taught him the most about leadership was Sandy Sigaloff, who fired them. Sigaloff showed both Marcus and Blank exactly what not to do. Inspired by the anti-example, they thrive to create a place where employees felt value. In their 1999 book, Built from Scratch, Home Depot's co-founder emphasized that at Home Depot, people don't get a job. They get a career. Marcus and Blank always wanted to be different from their competitors, having a loyal team and offering their best client service. But customers found another added value: the Home Depot dating trend. It's lately spreading all over social media. Women say that dating apps are out of the game. Instead, they go to Home Depot stores and search for the men of their dreams. Apparently, the prime hours are between 6 and 8 a.m. That's why there are several variables to Home Depot's success. Interestingly, Handy Dan went out of business in 1989. While Home Depot is still a successful company with over $150 billion in revenue, more than 2,300 retail stores, and 500,000 associates. It's probably one of the most inspiring entrepreneurial stories. Want to learn from the best? Subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.